Hello and welcome to the Long Island Weather Report. It's January 7th, 2025, and the wind absolutely terrible today. Stuck in the wind machine here, and you can see here on the weather map those tight isobars are going to be with us for the next couple of days at least. The core of the Arctic high goes over the Midwest. We're on the fringe with all the wind, and yeah, it was really windy. And I'm fighting off a cold now because of the wind. So this wind is not good for your health at all. There were not that many clouds today. We didn't see that stratocumulus pop up like I thought. There were a few, but I guess because of the snow cover, we didn't. The temperatures didn't get high enough to pop. There were a few little cirrus clouds around in the early part of the day, but other than that, yeah, we're missing satellite data. We have an issue with the satellite site again. It says we're trying to restore image production. This always happens. So we don't really have a current satellite. You could see there was mostly clear skies when the last satellite picture was taken. It was probably around 5 o'clock or so. But it is very windy out there. Very, very windy out there. Let's go look at some of the observations. We're still dealing with these wind gusts. Not as bad as earlier, but still seeing gusts 37 miles an hour at LaGuardia. That's still pretty substantial. 29 miles an hour at Islip. You can see temperatures are in the upper 20s. At Miller Air Park, 25. Yeah, I got this cough that just is affecting me today. So, I don't know. It's just weather is just not, the wind is not good for you. Just, look at this, a 52 mile an hour wind gust at the top of Stony Brook Hospital. Oh, my God. That's insane right there. That's insane. We're going to look at some of the odds. I bet you they gusted even higher than that today. Let's see. 50, yeah, they've been gusting in the 50s at the top of Stony Brook Hospital all day long. 56. I'm going to see if the Weather Service has some wind reports as well. The winds were just insane all day today. And this morning, yeah, look at that. Is that a 63 or a 53? A 53. But yeah, the winds this earlier today were just unbelievably bad. If we go ahead and look at Islip, you'll see how the winds were gusting into the 40s. There should have been a wind advisory today. I don't know why they didn't issue one. I certainly would have issued a wind advisory today, especially given the temperatures out there. But you can see here that we have wind gusts. Let's see. In the morning, you can see the winds were already gusting 37, 43 at 9:56. So you gust into the 40s, which, again, we did have sunshine, but it would have been very hard, especially considering I'm not feeling to go for a hike, so I didn't. As I walked a couple miles tonight, and I shouldn't have done it because it was very difficult with that wind. Let's see if they have a peak wind gust. Yeah, let's see. Highest wind gust reports. Here we go from the Weather Service here. 54 miles an hour at Greenwich. Meriden Airport gusted to 52. Nassau County, Bayville gusted to 54 miles an hour. Then it gusted Midtown at 51. Queens, LaGuardia, they gusted to 55 miles an hour. Bating Hollow gusted to 55. Fair Harbor gusted to 55. Stony Brook gusted to 55. So, and these winds were affecting a lot of places. 54 mile an hour wind gusts at White Plains. So yeah, this is wind advisory criteria here. I don't know why. You can see there were a couple of wind advisories upstate, but they never issued any wind advisories at either this office or Mount Holly. I know they had a little bit less wind in Jersey, just a little bit, marginally less. If we look at Miller Air Park, you'll see that they also had some pretty strong winds as well. Let's see what they got. Yeah, gusting 37, yeah. Gusting to 46 around 2 o'clock. Yep. So it's that just makes for some really miserable conditions to walk around out there. I like the cold, but when you combine it with these strong winds, and I mean, I don't mind a breeze, but when you have these really windy conditions, it's not a good day to be going outside and walking. Looking at our highs today, we'll look at the map here, and highs definitely were below normal. Let's see what our highs were. Probably 34 at Islip, so generally mid-30s, 34, 32 at Central Park. In Jersey, let's see what they got at Miller Air Park, 34, so pretty much mid-30s. 34 seems to be the number that everybody got up to. And as far as the lows go, no radiational cooling. We did actually see a low of 19 at Islip, so we did a lot of areas got into the upper teens, as you see. Let's see what we got out there. 17 at Miller Air Park. So, yeah, upper teens for the lows. We'll go over our climate statistics for today. And, oh, no, that's the wrong one. Said I'm not feeling quite right, so we're just going to go over the weather the next couple of days here, because high of 54, a high of 34, I should say, 6 degrees below normal, a high of 19, 7 degrees below normal, 6 degrees below normal for the day at Islip. So below normal, but nothing really record-breaking. Nothing really record-breaking. Cold, but not really that cold. It's the wind that really makes it feel just unbearable. So let's look at the models here, and you'll see why. Got this low stuck over the Canadian Maritimes, the Arctic high in the Midwest. So as we go through the week, the Arctic high moves down, goes straight down into Texas in the south. And we don't really get into that, the nice part of this. We're stuck in the wind machine all week long. And you can see there, and it only starts easing on Friday. But you can see those tight isobars going to be with us all week long. The only tough part about this forecast is forecasting cloud cover. Obviously, I got it wrong today. I guess they were right about being a sunny day, but even if it was sunny, it just the wind made it really hard for me to walk around out there if I wanted to go hiking. I just couldn't do it, especially because I'm fighting this cold, and hopefully I get rid of it by Thursday, hopefully, because that looks like the best day to go to the Pine Barrens. But let's go to the HRRR here. Again, you see those ice bars being so tight. And see those isobars stay tight. You can see that low. You can see how there actually is a little bit of encroachment of these ocean effect systems, and the lake effect. That seems like that's quieted down a little bit. There's a little bit of it. I don't see as much of it, but we still got that, which is kind of a surprise. But maybe the lakes are starting to freeze over, which would be good. And then you can see here those isobars remain tight right through Thursday, so this wind isn't going anywhere. Dew points, we have the northwest winds. Obviously, you see that west to northwest winds. You can see the dew points take a drop tomorrow. You see that? So I was hoping that maybe even tomorrow might have more sunshine. We did have plenty of sun today, so I don't know. Maybe tomorrow we'll see plenty of sun. I don't know. And then as we get toward the end, again into Thursday, you can see that we still got those low dew points. That's the Arctic air that we're getting into. The northwest wind's still howling away. Temperatures tonight, again, similar deal. I think by morning we'll have temperatures probably around 20 degrees, maybe some upper teens. And then tomorrow is going to be a little colder than today. I think we're only going to see temperatures reach the upper 20s, mid to upper 20s, I think is going to do it. I don't think we see 30. Maybe... I don't think any of us are going to see 30 tomorrow. I don't think so. And then tomorrow night, it's going to drop down to the teens, probably mid-teens. And then for Thursday, you see the temperatures maybe moderate a little bit. Maybe we get closer to 30. But definitely tomorrow is going to be colder. And we're going to look at some of these sounding profiles and see what we have here on the soundings. And again, it shows those two lines close together. Not as close as today, though. Not as close as today. They seem kind of farther apart, which would lead me to believe that we may have more. We'll have another sunny day tomorrow, hopefully. But we're going to have this wind, and it's going to be pretty brutal out there. You can see those lines. There they are. So they're a little bit further apart over here on this model here. This is the HRRR here. And then as we get into Thursday, see what Thursday looks like. Thursday, they're a little closer together over Long Island, and a little bit similar. They're kind of close, but not quite touching. So it's kind of tricky, because if you can't get that convective temperature, then you're not going to get the cloud. It's the pop-up stratocumulus clouds to develop. So let's go and look at some of the sky cover models. Obviously, we'll talk about the wind again as well. We've already spoken about it. The winds are going to stay constant, but we'll visualize that in a minute. Let's go to the RGEM here on the sky cover models. So this is the RGEM here, and you see the RGEM here showing mostly sunny skies across the area for tomorrow, and maybe a little bit of cloudiness over southern Jersey. But then some clouds kind of come in at night with like a little wave that comes through. And then Thursday, once again, we're having another mostly sunny day. So we might actually have a mostly sunny day. Friday, we'll have less wind, but the cirrus is going to start rolling in on us. On that day. And then Saturday storm, right now, we still have kind of a suppressed look on the model, so I'm not going to go over it, but right now it's what it looks like. That's one model. Let's look at the triple R, which is, let's look at the FV3 GFS, which has a little bit of a different look to it. So it does seem to, yeah, it seems to pop up a lot more clouds. You see that. And then for Thursday, it has less. And then the NAM also seems to be mostly sunny tomorrow, and then just throws those clouds over Long Island Thursday morning. But that's what it looks like, right, from what I'm seeing anyway, as far as the skies go. So it's really going to be hard to forecast exactly what's going to happen with the skies. It's really difficult. It's really difficult. Now I don't even have the satellite image to use, but you can see all the cloudiness down into the lakes. It's just a matter of some reason we've just had this gap over us today that kind of kept those clouds away. We'll have to see what happens. But it's really hard to predict when you've got. I'll go to the Ventus sky next. Wind gusts. 36. You can see 38. Still dealing with these winds tomorrow. Look at this. 42 is in the afternoon. 2 o'clock. Oh, no, it's today. I'm sorry. There's tomorrow. All right, it looks a little bit better tomorrow. Calms down to the mid-30s. Still breezy. Maybe not wind advisory criteria. Today certainly should have been, but still windy out there. And then Thursday, the winds actually start not too bad, and then they kind of ramp up a little bit toward the afternoon a little bit, especially over Long Island. But it doesn't look as bad as today. Hopefully, maybe it won't be as bad except for the eastern part of Long Island, perhaps. But we still have this gradient in place, so I still expect windy conditions. This is the cloud output, so let's look at the cloud output for tomorrow. All right, it's 10, 11, 12. Yeah, it doesn't look that bad. It does have 40% cloud coverage over Long Island, a little less over New Jersey. Yeah, it has more of it rolling in later on, a little less over Long Island. So it's really kind of a variable as far as the clouds go tomorrow. But we will have the wind, and I'll just go to windy.com as well. I'll wrap this up, and I'm going to get some rest. Wind gusts. Yeah, so you can see here, this is the wind gusts that we got. We'll go into tomorrow, 12. Yeah, still seeing those winds gusting up there, pretty high up there. Maybe a little less than today, but still quite high. And there's actually some blowing snow, actually, that was reported in some of the areas in Jersey because the snow was blowing off the trees, which would have been kind of cool to see, actually. But, yeah, I don't think I want to deal with that. Let's go to the clouds on this. Yeah, so you can see it looks like it's got some scattered clouds. Nothing too bad, but it does have some. Then toward the afternoon, it seems like it has less. And then for Thursday, it seems like this is the European. Seems like it has more. So it's really hard to predict what's going to happen with the cloud cover. But we should have sunshine. I'm encouraged by what I saw today with the sunshine. So hopefully we don't see a deck of clouds ruin the sunshine for the next couple of days. But it's still going to be windy, and it's still not going to be pleasant to be out there walking around. So be careful. Have a good night.